Well, it's that time of year when a lot of people get common colds, a cough. Sometimes it's croup. And with me is Dr. Todd Bell with Texas Tech Health Sciences Center. And I'm asking you now, how do you tell if it's croup or just a cough?
Well, sometimes it can be difficult. So when we think about things that cause people to cough, there's obviously lots and lots of things. With children, oftentimes those are triggered by some kind of viral infection. And croup is very specifically a viral infection in the upper part of the airway. It causes inflammation of the airway, and with that inflammation it causes some swelling. And so in kids who are between the ages of maybe 12 and 24 months, sometimes we'll see this sort of classic seal-like barking cough. And you can hear it from across the room at church or at home. And that is that classic bark of croup. Now there's lots of other things that can cause cough. Coughs can be happening because of a viral infection in the nose or in the back of the throat or in the lungs. But croup very specifically has that barky cough with it almost always. And the reason that that's helpful to know is that we potentially treat that a little bit differently than we do some other types of viral infections because it's that inflammation in the airway. So sometimes things like humidity, like putting a humidifier in the child's room can sometimes help. Sometimes just having some exposure to cold air can be helpful. So oftentimes I'll tell parents of my patients to get in the car, roll down the windows, drive up to the hospital, and I'll meet them in the parking lot outside the emergency room. By the time I get there, the cough's better, the kid's doing a lot better, and then they always feel a little sheepish, but then we can talk about what actually the cause of that was. If you go to your doctor and your doctor diagnoses croup, they'll usually end up giving a steroid because that's able to decrease some of that inflammation. And in these youngsters who at that age have a very small or relatively small airway, and as they get more inflammation there, it can sometimes make it difficult for them to breathe. So sometimes children with croup even have to come into the hospital to be treated.
All right, wow. That's a lot of good information. It's hard to tell sometimes when we're at home with little ones, and it's scary.
It is, when in doubt, talk with your doctor because again, lots of things can cause a cough.
All right, you heard it here, Dr. Todd Bell. Thank you.
Bet.